Hare Krishna, yes. So we'll read together. Chariya Vaishnava Seva Nistaro Payetse Keva. Chariya Vaishnava Seva. Chariya Vaishnava Seva Nistaro Payetse Keva. Chariya Vaishnava Seva Nistaro. Chariya Vaishnava Seva Nistaro Payetse Keva. Nam Srishtam Manum Apishachi Putra Matra Sarupam Shri Rupam Tassagrajam Urupurim Mathurim Goshtavatim Radha Kundam Girivaramaho Radhika Madhavasam Praptu Yasya Pratita Kripaya Shri Gurum Tam Natosmi He Guru Jnana Dino Bandhu Swananda Data Karunaiko Sindhu Vrindavanasina Hitavatara Prasida Radha Kunayo Prachara He Dino Bandhu Karunaiko Sindhu Guru Prasadam Mai Mandamudhe Laksha Murade Bahu Papa Gadhe Tat Pada Padnistu Matischa Krishne यद्यापि हमारे गुरु चैतन्य रदास तथापि जानिए अमी तहार प्रकाश गुरु कृष्ण रूपहान शास्त्र प्रमाणे गुरु रूपे कृष्ण कृपा करें भक्तगणे शिक्षा गुरु के तो जानी कृष्णेर स्वरूप अंतर्जामी भक्त श्रेष्ठ এই দ্বৈরূপ नैवय पयन्त्यपचितिं कवयस्तवेषा ब्रह्मायुषापिकृतमृच्छं मुदां स्मरन्तः अन्तर्वाहिस्तनुभृतं शुभं विदुन्वान् आचार्य चैत्यवपुषा स्वागतिं जनक्ति. Without serving the representative of Krishna, nobody can approach Krishna. I bow down to the beautiful lotus feet of my spiritual master, by whose causeless mercy I have obtained the supreme holy name, the divine mantra, the service of the son of Sachimata, the association of Srila Sarup Damodar, Rupa Goswami and his older brother, Sanatan Goswami, the supreme abode of Mathura, the blissful abode of Vrindavan, the divine Radha Kunda and Govardhan Hill, and the desire within my heart for the loving service of Sri Sri Radhika and Madhava in Vrindavan. O spiritual master, O giver of divine wisdom, O friend of the fallen, you are the giver of your own bliss, and you are the only ocean of mercy. All the dwelling in Vrindavan, you have descended for the welfare of fallen souls like myself, and you are preaching the divine love of Radha for Krishna. Please be kind upon me. O friend of the lowly, O Gurudev, you are the only ocean of mercy. I am a dull fool and have committed hundreds of thousands of offenses. I have fallen into a dense myriad of sins. Therefore, grace me with your mercy, so that my mind may be fixed on your lotus feet and on Sri Krishna. Although I know that my spiritual master is the servitor of Sri Chaitanya, I know him also as the plenary manifestation of the Lord. Every living entity is eternally a servant of Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Therefore, the spiritual master cannot be other than a servant of Lord Chaitanya. The spiritual master's eternal occupation is to expand the service of the Lord by training disciples in a service attitude. According to the deliberate opinion of all revealed scriptures, the spiritual master is not different from Krishna. Lord Krishna, in the form of the spiritual master, delivers his devotees. The relationship of the disciple with his spiritual master is as good as his relationship with the Supreme Lord. His spiritual masters always represent themselves as the humblest servitors of the personality of Godhead. But the disciple must look upon the spiritual master as the manifested representation of Godhead. One should know the instructing spiritual master to be the personality of Krishna. Lord Krishna manifests himself as the super soul and as the greatest devotee of the Lord. The initiating spiritual master is a personal manifestation of Sri Chinna Madan Mohan Vigraha, whereas the instructing spiritual master is a personal representative of Srila Guru Govinda the Vigraha. O my Lord, transcendental poets and experts in spiritual science could not fully express their indebtedness to you, even if they were endowed with the prolonged lifetime of Brahma. For you appear in two features, externally as the Acharya and internally as the Supersoul, to deliver the embodied living being by directing him how to come to you. The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. Our only wish is to have our consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens our darkened eyes and fills our hearts with transcendental knowledge. He is our Lord, birth of the bird. From him ecstatic prema emanates. By him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Shri Guru Charana Padma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma. Shri Guru Vandamoy Savadhana Mate Vandamoy Vandamoy Savadhana Mate Vandamoy Jahara Prasade Bhai E Bhavatoriya Jai Jahara Prasade Bhai Krishna Prapti Hai Jaha Hoite Krishna Prapti Krishna Prapti Hai Jaha Hoite Krishna Prapti Hai Jaha Guru Mukha Padma Vaika Chitte যে প্রসাদে পুরে সর্ব আশা, যে প্রসাদে চক্ষুদান দিল যে জন্মে জন্মে প্রভু সে চক্ষুদান দিল যে চক্ষুদান দিল যে জন্মে জন্মে প্রভু সে চক্ষুদান দিল যে দিব্যজ্ঞান হৃদয় প্রকাশিত দিব্যজ্ঞান দিব্যজ্ঞান হৃদয় প্রকাশিত দিব্যজ্ঞান প্রেম ভক্তি যাহা হইতে অবিদ্যা বিনাশ যাতে প্রেম ভক্তি যাহা হইতে প্রেম ভক্তি যাহা হইতে অবিদ্যা বিনাশ যাতে প্রেম ভক্তি বেদে গায় যাহার চরিত বেদে গায় বেদে গায় যাহার চরিত বেদে গায় শ্রী গুরু করুণা সিন্ধু অধম জনার বন্ধু শ্রী গুরু করুণা সিন্ধু অধম জনার বন্ধু লোকনাথ লোকের জীবন লোকনাথ লোকের জীবন লোকনাথ লোকের জীবন হা প্রভু কর দয়া দেহ মোরে পদ ছায়া হা প্রভু কর দয়া হা প্রভু কর দয়া দেহ মোরে পদ ছায়া হা প্রভু কর দয়া দেহ মোরে পদ ছায়া প্রভু কর দয়া দেহ মোরে পদ ছায়া এবে জল ঘুষুক দেব বান এবে জল ঘুষুক দেব বান শিল প্রভুপাদ পতিত পাবন শিল প্রভুপাদ পতিত পাবন জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় প্রভুপাদ প্রভুপাদ শিল প্রভুপাদ জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 শিল প্রভুপাদ 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 জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় নমায় বিষ্ণুপদায় কৃষ্ণ প্রসায় ভূতলে শ্রীমতে ভক্তি বেদান্ত স্বামী নিতে নামিনে নমায় বিষ্ণুপদায় কৃষ্ণ প্রসায় ভূতলে শ্রীমতে ভক্তি বেদান্ত স্বামী নিতে নামিনে
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Krishna Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Chaitanya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Jaya Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram Ram Hare 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 Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha. Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Lakshmi Narasimha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha. Jaya Nara Hare, Nara Hare, Nara Hare, Jaya Nara Hare. Jaya Nara Hare, Nara Hare, Nara Hare, Jaya Nara Hare. Hey, Jai God, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Jai God, Hare Ram. Hey, Jai God, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Jai God, Hare Ram. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Go, Premanandi. Devaki ki jai. Is the speaker here yet? Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Prabhupada Astacharya Vishishimad. His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki. Anantakota Vaishnavani ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasati Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gogopiya Samakun Radhakun Giri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Shri Maya Purnavadam ki jai. Ganga Maya ki jai. Jamuna Maya ki jai. Tulsi Devi ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. The transcendental, wonderful appearance day of Lord Nrsimhadev ki. All glories some devotees. All glories some devotees. All glories some devotees. All glories to Shishi Guru and Sri Gauranga.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Welcome, dear devotees, to the morning talk. You're
Just
all right.
Just a waiting.
All right.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees.
Actually, today very blessed and very fortunate. We have His Grace Hari Parshad Prabhu amongst us. It is said that devotees like Hari Parshad Prabhu, who is a disciple of His Holiness Govind Swami Maharaj, needs no introduction, but for my own purification, it is my privilege to welcome him and introduce him to ISKCON of Silicon Valley. Let's loudly chant Hari Bol 3 times and welcome His Grace Hari Parshad Prabhu. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. As I said, he is a disciple of His Holiness Govind Maharaj, a wonderful Sanskrit scholar who has spent his life learning, teaching, and translating many of our scriptures into English language. One of his style of teaching, which is I personally love, where he really takes even a neophyte like me into the depths of scriptures, making it very easy to assimilate, understand, and thereby help our devotion to go deeper into the scriptures. With once again, dear devotees, it is our eternal great fortune. With request, Hari Parshad Prabhu, please keep us more in your orbit. Next time, hopefully many more days at ISKCON of Silicon Valley, many more temple programs, and let us once again very kindly welcome him. Hari Bol! Hari Bol! Hari Bol! What do you do? Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mayapur Vihari Prabhu. But that introduction is incomplete. You didn't say I'm your friend.
That is the privilege of my life. I'm your servant, Prabhu.
No.
It's my privilege, you can say that.
No. Thank you. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for kindly being present here today. I'm very grateful to the entire management of ISKCON of Silicon Valley, Sri Vaisheshika Prabhu, Nirakula Mataji, all the wonderful devotees who are serving here in so many wonderful capacities. We'll begin with Jai Radha Madhav, then I'll perform Mangalacharan, and then we'll begin the talk for today. Prabhu, screen is shared. Yeah, please put the slide. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jai Radha Madhava
Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radhe Jai Radha Madana Mohan Radha Madana Mohan Radhe Jai Gauranitai Jai Gauranitai Jai Gauranitai Jai Gauranitai Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Gurudev Srila Prabhupada ki Nanda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai Gaur Premanande. Thank you very much, dear devotees, for kindly being present here today. I am very grateful to be given this opportunity to speak something, especially today, which is the appearance day of Sri Narasimha Dev. And dear devotees, it also coincides with the disappearance day of Sri Hiranyakashipu, isn't it? But dear devotees, I have added Shri before Hiranyakashipu because in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Shri is added before Hiranyakashipu when Hiranyakashipu gives lessons of detachment to his family members when his brother Hiranyaksha is killed. So the Srimad Bhagavatam says, Shri Hiranyakashipu Uvacha. And the question is asked, why Shri Hiranyakashipu? So our Acharya, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada says, it is because the main personality responsible for the appearance of Narasimha Dev is not Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj was convinced that he is in the pillar. And if Hiranyakashipu would have agreed, yes, he is present, then there would have been no direct appearance of Narasimha Dev. But Hiranyakashipu was not convinced, and therefore to convince whom did Narasimha Dev appear, dear devotees? Because Prahlad Maharaj was convinced already, dear devotees. So there are two important dates today. First is the appearance of Sri Narasimha Dev, and second is the killing of Hiranyakashipu. Dear devotees, before we begin, I'd like to follow in the Shishta Parampara said by the previous Acharyas, the tradition said by the great Acharyas. No program should begin without auspicious invocations, Mangalacharan. Following in that Shishta Parampara, that tradition, I'll perform Mangalacharan. Most of us know these verses. You can kindly sing along with me. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Soyam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurapushe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabharusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Prabhupada ki, Ananda Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande. So it's a special talk on the appearance of Sri Narasimha Dev only. And Prabhu, if we have an extra mic, I'd like to give one to one of the devotees in the audience. So welcome, dear devotees, to this special talk on the divine appearance of Sri Narasimha Dev. I have shared my screen so that you will be able to see it on the screen here soon. Can we have? Yeah. So dear devotees, welcome to this morning talk. I am very grateful to all of you for kindly being present here today. Dear devotees, we'll begin with a statement by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Maybe one devotee who has a good enough voice. Prabhu, can you read what Srila Prabhupada says? Yes. Srila Prabhupada says something, it is displayed on the screen. Please read, Prabhu.
Anyone who takes up Krishna consciousness and engages himself completely in the service of the Lord cleanses his mind of all envy. Manishcha bhadram bhajatad adhokshaje. Therefore, we should pray to Lord Nrsimhadev to sit in our hearts. We should pray, Bahir Nrsimha Hridaye Nrsimha. Let Lord Nrsimhadev sit in the core of my heart, killing all my bad propensities. Let my mind become clean, so that I may peacefully worship the Lord and bring peace to the entire world. Purport Srimad Bhagavatam 5.18.9.
So dear devotees, in our society, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Bhagavan Sri Narasimha Dev occupies a very important place, and especially Srila Prabhupada gave us the worship of Sri Narasimha Dev in our society in the early morning prayers. So we worship Sri Narasimha Dev every morning, and also every evening we worship Bhagavan Narasimha Dev. And so dear devotees, Srila Prabhupada says that we should pray to Narasimha Dev so that he occupies a place within our hearts. Often it so happens, dear devotees, that sometimes we remember Narasimha Dev only after sitting in the car, dear devotees. And in the rest of the day, dear devotees, we may not remember Bhagavan Narasimha Dev. So Bhagavan Narasimha Dev comes to know my devotee is in the car because my devotee is remembering me, dear devotees. So that is not the purpose with which Srila Prabhupada has given us the worship of Sri Narasimha Dev. The purpose is that we should also respect all forms of Bhagavan Shri Krishna, especially Sri Narasimha Dev, who plays such an important role in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. Traditionally, dear devotees, we should understand that Bhagavan Narasimha Dev is described as fierce yet very gentle. There's a very nice verse by the original Sanskrit commentator on the Srimad Bhagavatam, Srila Sridhar Swami. So Srila Sridhar Swami composes a wonderful verse on Bhagavan Narasimha Dev. Here is his verse which he composes in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Kindly sing after me. Ugropyanugra evayam Swabhaktanam Nrikeshari Keshariva Swapotanam Anyesham Ugra Vikramaha Ugropi Anugra Eva Ayam Swabhaktanam Nrikeshari. Ugra, dear devotees, does anybody know what is the meaning of Ugra? Fierce. But Anugra, what is the meaning of Anugra? Not fierce, gentle. Ugro pi Anugra. He is fierce, yet he is very gentle towards whom? Swabhaktanam, towards his own devotees. He is Nr Keshari. He is half Nr, half man. Keshari. He is half lion, dear devotees. Nr Keshari. And Keshariva Swapotanam, just as a lion acts towards its cubs. A lion is very gentle towards its cubs, but Anyesham, towards everyone else, Ugra Vikrama, a lion is terrifying, dear devotees. This is Srila Sridhar Swami's verse composed in the commentary to 7th canto, 9th chapter. This is the first verse commentary. Kindly read, Prabhu, what Srila Sridhar Swami says.
Although very ferocious, the lioness is very kind to her cubs. Similarly, although very ferocious to non-devotees like Hiranyakashipu, Lord Nrsimhadev is very, very soft and kind to devotees like Prahlad Maharaj.
This translation is by Srila Prabhupada, dear devotees, because this verse was quoted in the Chaitanya Charitamritam. So originally, this verse comes from Srila Sridhar Swami, the original Sanskrit commentator on the Srimad Bhagavatam. From there, it was quoted in the Chaitanya Charitamritam, and from there, it was translated into English by Srila Prabhupada. So this is a very good verse to remember about Bhagavan Sri Narasimhadev, especially today. Dear devotees, often a question is asked, especially if you go to other circles in Gaudiya Vaishnavism, you may not see so much worship of Narasimhadev. And often a question is asked, why do devotees in ISKCON worship Narasimhadev? Isn't it, dear devotees? Is there any associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who used to worship Narasimhadev? Yes, all right, wonderful. But many of us, dear devotees, often when this question comes in front of us, many of us may want to find that particular associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who worshipped Narasimhadev, dear devotees, because often a claim is made that no associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu worshipped Narasimhadev. All right, dear devotees? So, here is Prabhu, but before we begin, would you like to name the associate who worshipped? Are wonderful. Huh? What is his name, Prabhu? Narasimha Ananda Brahmachari. Wow, who kept this name, Prabhu? Wow, Mahaprabhu himself kept the name, Narasimha Ananda Brahmachari. Dear devotees, so worship of Narasimhadev is always been prominent amongst Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Here is a verse from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. I'll sing it, please repeat after me. Shri Narasimha Upasaka Pradyumna Brahmachari Prabhu Tara Nama Kaila Narasimhananda Kari.
The 13th branch was Pradyumna Brahmachari. Since he was a worshipper of Lord Nrsimhadev, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu changed his name to Nrsimhananda Brahmachari.
Wonderful. So, dear devotees, here is a devotee initiated directly by whom? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Into the worship of which Bhagavan? Narasimhadev. So, this is a direct praman that there are associates of Mahaprabhu who used to worship Sri Narasimhadev. All right. We wish to have further pramanas. Not only Narasimhananda Brahmachari, wonderful Prabhu. Your good name, Prabhuji? Oh, Koladip Pran Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhuji. So, wonderful answer by Prabhu. And then we need to have further pramanas. Was there any other associate of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who worshipped Sri Narasimhadev? All right. Would you like to hear about another associate? Wonderful, dear devotees. This is from Sri Jagannath Puri. In Jagannath Puri, Sri Advaita Acharya would visit Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu often, and often it is described, dear devotees, that Sri Advaita Acharya's son was also with him. One time when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was performing kirtan, Sri Advaita Acharya's son fell unconscious and he could not be revived. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita says at that particular point of time, what happened? Please repeat. Dukkhita haila acharya putra kole laya raksha kare nrisimhera mantra padiya.
Advaita Acharya Prabhu became very unhappy. Taking his son on his lap, he began to chant the Narasimha mantra for his protection.
Dear devotees, and we know what is the Narasimha mantra? Are sing with me. Ugram Viram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarvato Mukham Nrisimham Bhishanam Bhadram Mrityum Mrityum Namamyaham. Madhya Lila? Okay. No, it is Adi Lila. Yeah. But it is summarized in the Adi Lila. Okay. So this verse originally appears in the Adi Lila because this is where the pastime is initially summarized. Then the details are there in the Madhya Lila. So this is the first occurrence of the verse in the Adi Lila. So dear devotees, so we have two devotees now who are worshipping Sri Narasimha Dev. What is the name of the first devotee? Narasimhananda Brahmachari. What is the name of the second devotee? Sri Advaita Acharya. Especially Sri Advaita Acharya called out to Bhagavan Narasimha Dev for protection of his son. So there has been a tradition amongst Gaudiya Vaishnavas to worship Bhagavan Narasimha Dev, especially asking for protection. Alright, dear devotees. Anyone else who was worshipping Narasimha Dev? Okay, wonderful. Mahaprabhu himself worshipped, all right. And amongst his followers, anyone else who worshipped? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, okay, wonderful. Srila Sridhar Swami, all right. But we are asking specifically from Mahaprabhu's followers. Srila Sridhar Swami was many centuries prior to him. Sri Gopal Bhatt Goswami, dear devotees. Sri Gopal Bhatt Goswami, tomorrow is whose appearance? Sri Radharaman, dear devotees. So the previous day of the appearance of Sri Radharaman is Narasimha Chaturdashi, isn't it? And who was worshipping Narasimha Shaligram Shila on this day? Sri Gopal Bhatt Goswami, one of the 6 Goswamis, dear devotees. And Sri Gopal Bhatt Goswami was worshipping Sri Narasimha Shila that he had gotten from the Gandaki river in Nepal. And then he was still not very happy because he wanted to worship the deity in such a way that he could dress the deity. But is it possible to dress a Shaligram Shila? No. A Shaligram Shila is to be worshipped as it is. Even installation, pratishtha, is not needed for a Shaligram Shila. But dear devotees, at that very night he had this dream where Bhagavan is breaking through the pillar. And dear devotees, when he got up from his dream, he saw manifested that wonderful deity. Next morning, which deity, dear devotees? Sri Radharaman. So Sri Radharaman deity manifested out of a Shaligram Shila of Bhagavan Narasimha Dev, dear devotees. So this is what we have. We have a history of worship of Narasimha Dev, not only with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, not only with the immediate associate Sri Advaita Acharya, not only with the 6 Goswamis, but also with devotees such as Sri Narasimhananda Brahmachari, who were initiated and given a new name by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So there is absolutely no doubt in our minds that worship of Sri Narasimha Dev is very prominent in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. It is agreed that there are other branches of the Sampradaya who may not worship Sri Narasimha Dev so much. It is not compulsory for all branches to worship Sri Narasimha Dev. But in our branch of the Sampradaya, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur Mahasaya have preserved this worship of Narasimha Dev. What is the reason? The reason being that our branch of the Sampradaya is focused also on prachar. Prachar is expansion and preaching to newcomers. And when there is prachar, there is obviously expansion. There are so many plans to be made, and obviously there are threats from the outside world. If you are performing your own bhajan, you have no threats from the outside world, dear devotees. All you need is a simple kutir to perform your bhajan, and then you can be exclusively dedicated to Sri Sri Radha Krishna. No problem at all. But if you have plans for prachar in your mind, obviously Srila Prabhupada said that prachar is good prachar when you have enemies. I hope you're able to understand. Otherwise, you're not preaching properly. When you rattle certain people, it means your prachar is good, dear devotees. That is what is good prachar. Otherwise, it is, you are okay and I am okay. We are all okay, dear devotees. So this is not the sort of prachar that Srila Prabhupada wanted. Srila Prabhupada wanted the prachar that I am okay, but you are somehow not okay, dear devotees, with the outside world. And this may rattle many people, and therefore our movement especially as a whole also needs protection from Bhagavan, and therefore why not take the traditional form of protection that was taken by Sri Advaita Acharya and so many other devotees. Acha. Now there are some other set of scholars who say that Narasimha is a Vaishnava deity. In the Vedas, where there is worship of Agni, Surya, Vayu, Ashwini Kumars, so many deities, Vedic deities, do you find Narasimha in the original 4 Vedas? It was very important that worship of Narasimha should also originate in the 4 Vedas. So dear devotees, the answer is yes. Worship of Sri Narasimha is beginning with the 4 Vedas. Dear devotees, there is Narasimha Gayatri in the Vedas. I'll show the Gayatri, dear devotees, but we will not chant it, okay? Prabhu, because it is Gayatri, we will not utter it loudly. You just see the Gayatri and don't start chanting it at home, all right? Gayatri mantras are supposed to be chanted only after due initiation by a guru. Then why am I showing it here? I am showing so that we know there is a reference in the Vedas, all right? So for that purpose, I need to show it, okay? Prabhu, this is, all right, dear devotees, you can see here, this is Taittiriya Aranyak, 10th Prapathak, 1st Anuvak. This is Sri Narasimha Gayatri directly in the Vedas, dear devotees. All right, I have removed the initial syllable because initially there is a syllable such as, there are bijas at the beginning of the mantra. I have removed the bija, so the mantra is not complete. All right, and even if you copy it, you will not get benefit, all right? I have removed the initial bija from the mantra because people will take photographs and they will try to chant it, all right? It will be ineffective without the bija. So I have removed the bija from the mantra, dear devotees. So the mantra is seedless, all right? So just like you have seedless grapes, you have seedless mantras. Here it is, dear devotees. So, but the reference is there, Taittiriya Aranyak, directly Vedic literature. So worship of Sri Narasimha originates not in the Puranas. Where does it originate, dear devotees? The Vedas. So this is what it is. You can see some terms. I will explain one term, Tikshna Damshtraya. Tikshna Damshtra, whose teeth are very sharp, dear devotees. All right? So Tikshna means sharp. What is Damshtra mean? Teeth, whose teeth are very sharp, dear devotees, is referring to the personal form of Bhagavan Narasimha. All right? So directly in the 4 Vedas, you will find worship of Bhagavan Sri Narasimha. Dear devotees, as I told you, Sri Prahlad was prominent in bringing about the appearance of Sri Narasimha, but more prominent than Prahlad was whom, dear devotees? Hiranyakashipu. Sri Prahlad was convinced that Narasimha is present not only in the pillar, but he is present everywhere. And that same mood of Prahlad we chant every day. Ito Narasimha parato Narasimha yato yato yami tato Narasimha bahir Narasimha hridaye Narasimha Narasimham adim sharanam prapadi. So dear devotees, Ito Narasimha parato Narasimha. Narasimha is here, Narasimha is everywhere. Yato yato yami, wherever I go, tato Narasimha. Dear devotees, this is the mood of Sri Prahlad Maharaj. Sri Prahlad Maharaj actually taught us 9 limbs of bhakti. And what were those 9 limbs of bhakti, dear devotees? Let's sing together. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Atma Nivedanam. Dear devotees, it is the dear devotee of Bhagwan Narasimha Dev who taught us the 9 limbs of bhakti, isn't it? So the credit should go to Sri Prahlad Maharaj, who is a wonderful devotee of Bhagwan Narasimha Dev, who taught us today what we are practicing daily in our lives. So that credit goes to Prahlad Maharaj for teaching us. But in these 9 limbs, dear devotees, I have highlighted something. What have I highlighted, dear devotees? Vishnoha Smaranam. Vishnoha is applicable to all 9 limbs. Vishnoha Shravanam. Vishnu's Shravan. Vishnoha Kirtanam. Vishnu's Kirtan. Vishnoha Smaranam. Vishnu's Smaran. Vishnoha Padasevanam. Service of the lotus feet of Vishnu. Dear devotees, Vishnu is applicable to all the 9 limbs described here, but especially Smaran I have highlighted because Prahlad Maharaj is the Acharya of which limb of Bhakti? Smaran. There's a very nice verse in the Padyavali, in the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, which describes the 9 Acharyas of the 9 processes of Bhakti. I will sing the verse, please hear carefully, dear devotees. Shri Vishnu Shravane Parikshida Bhavad Vaiyasaki Kirtane Prahlada Smarane Tadangri Bhajane Lakshmi Prithu Pujane Akrurastva Bhivandane Kapipatir Dasyetha Sakhyarjuna Sarvasvatmani Vedane Balirabhud Krishna Aptire Shampara Shri Vishnu Shravane. In Shravan, one devotee achieved perfection. Parikshida Bhavat. Who is that devotee, dear? Parikshit Maharaj. Vaiyasaki Kirtane. In Kirtan, the son of Vyas, Vaiyasaki. Who is the son of Vyas? Shukadev Goswami. Vaiyasaki is his name. Prahlada Smarane. And in Smaran, who achieved perfection, dear devotees? Prahlad Maharaj. Tadangri Bhajane Lakshmi. And in Pada Sevan, which devotee is considered perfect? Lakshmi Devi. Prithu Pujane. And in Archanam, who is considered as perfect? Prithu Maharaj, who offered the entire earth to Bhagwan in sacrifice. Not one time, not twice, 99 sacrifices he conducted, dear devotees. He was about to conduct the 100th sacrifice. Bhagwan Vishnu himself came and said, stop, Indra is getting a little nervous because of you. All right, please stop. I accept you as my best devotee. Akrurastva Bhivandane. And in Vandanam, glorifying Bhagwan, there is one devotee who gains precedence. And who is that, dear devotees? Akrura. Kapipatir Dasya. In Dasyam, Kapipati, the lord of the monkeys. Who is that, dear devotees? Hanuman. Sri Rupa Goswami tried to find the best example of Dasya in Sri Krishna Leela, but lo and behold, the best example of Dasya is not in Krishna Leela. The best example of Dasya is in which Leela? Ram Leela. Of course, credit should be given where it is due. Sri Rupa Goswami doesn't have a narrow Sampradayic mindset that I will only frame a verse with all Krishna devotees in it. Sri Rupa Goswami is very broad-minded, dear devotees. So Sri Rupa Goswami makes the Acharya of Dasyam as whom, dear devotees? Sri Hanuman. Sakhya Arjuna. And in Sakhya, there is one Acharya. Who is that? Arjun. Sarvasvatma Nivedane Balirabhut. And in Atma Nivedan, there is only one devotee. Who is that? Bali Maharaj, who sacrificed his reputation, who sacrificed the order of his guru, who sacrificed his kingdom, he sacrificed all his wealth. He was tied up, bound, humiliated in front of the entire devatas, yet he achieved Atma Nivedam, dear devotees. Krishna Aptire Shampara. The attainment of Krishna of all these devotees is the greatest. So we have 9 acharyas for 9 processes. Who is the acharya for Smaranam, dear devotees? Prahlad Maharaj. Because Prahlad was tested especially on his Smaran. Hiranyakashipu wanted Prahlad to forget Bhagwan Narasimha Dev. But Prahlad Maharaj never forgot Bhagwan Nrsimhadev. Acha, what is his name? Narasimha, Nrisimha, Nrishinga. How many variations are there of his name, dear devotees? Huh? Can somebody please tell me how many variations should we have of one Bhagwan's name? All right. In Sanskrit, there are two names which are correct from the Sanskrit point of view and which are also given in the Bhagavatam. So, dear devotees, these are the two names that are valid for our Bhagavan. Please repeat first, Narasimha. Second, Nrisimha. All right. So, all other variations are grammatically incorrect and they do not originate in the books. All right. They originate from the throats of different devotees who are not pronouncing it correctly. All right. So, there are only two variations of the name. What are the two variations, dear devotees? Narasimha, Nrisimha. Okay? So, how do we sing? Is it Ito Narasimha or what is it? Ito Nrisimha, Parato Nrisimho, Yato Yato Yami Tato Nrisimha. Alright? Bahir Nrisimha, Hridaye Nrisimha. Nrisim, not Narasimha. Nrisimha Marim Sharanam Prapade. Alright? Little tiny details we should note. Alright? So, of course, Bhagavan doesn't mind even if you mispronounce his name, but why deliberately mispronounce his name, isn't it? Huh? Bhagavan is very kind. Why take his kindness for granted? Huh? Better let us learn the proper pronunciations of the names of Bhagavan, Narasimha and Nrisimha. These are the two pronunciations of Bhagavan's name. Dear devotees, for this wonderful smaranam which was done by Prahlad Maharaj, our Bhagavan Nrisimha or Bhagavan Narasimha appeared in the pillar of the Sabha of the assembly of Hiranyakashipu. Dear devotees, this verse is often quoted on Nrisimha Chaturdashi days. I will sing the verse, please repeat after me. Satyam Vedatum Nijabhritya Bhashitam Satyam Vedatum Nijabhritya Bhashitam Vyaptim Jabhuteshu Akhileshu Chatmana Vyaptim Jabhuteshu Akhileshu Chatmana Adrishyatatyadbhuta Rupamudvahan Stambhe Sabayam na mrigam na manusham Stambhe Sabayam na mrigam na manusham Satyam Vidhatum, in order to prove correct, in order to prove that my devotee is speaking the truth. Nija Bhritya Bhashitam, my servant is speaking the truth. What was Sri Prahlad speaking? That Bhagavan is present in the pillar. And Vyaptim cha bhuteshu akhileshu cha atmana, and to show that I am present in all places in this entire creation. Adrishyata atyadbhuta rupamudvahan, from disappearance he suddenly took a wonderful form and appeared. Dear devotees, where did he appear? Stambhe, in the pillar, Sabhayam, in the assembly. Na mrigam na manusham, neither was he a complete lion nor was he a complete human. Neither complete lion nor complete human. Dear devotees, this is what Srimad Bhagavatam says about appearance of Sri Narasimhadev. Now I want to ask you, dear devotees, from where did Narasimhadev appear? Pillar. Did he fit himself in the pillar on the previous night? When did Sri Narasimhadev fit himself in the pillar? Bolo? He's always there? Is he present in this pillar? It's a very thin pillar. Dear devotees, I am asking you a very important question. It's Narasimha Chaturdashi. Please be careful before you give a reply. Is Bhagavan present in this tiny, thin pillar? Yes. Actually, it is a beam, it is called a beam of support. So, pillars are usually, this big, gigantic. So, dear devotees, all of you said yes. And easy to say yes, isn't it? But difficult to prove and believe. we should have some way of believing that Bhagavan is present in the pillar. Can somebody tell me how Bhagavan is present in this tiny being? Because emotionally, all you Hare Krishnas emotionally said yes, isn't it? Huh? And where is the philosophical backup?
He's everywhere.
He's everywhere. Wow! So that's the impersonal Brahman, isn't it? Huh? Who has no hands, no feet, no features. He's everywhere. Wonderful. But he's everywhere as the impersonal Brahman. I want to ask you, Prabhu, your good name? Huh? Adriraj Prabhu. Adriraj Prabhu, is Bhagavan present between you and me? Yes? Between the small gap? In which form? Yeah. Is Bhagavan present between you and me?
Yes.
In which form?
Isn't this Paramatma all living beings?
Yeah, Paramatma. Alright. He is present as Paramatma?
Yes.
But Hiranyakashipu was not asking for Paramatma. Hiranyakashipu was asking whether he is present in that, proper form in the pillar. Right? Is Bhagavan present between you and me in a medium-sized form of the same height as you? I'm asking that question, Prabhu. Adriraj Prabhu, you have to confidently say something.
Yes.
Yes. And which form? Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Vaman, Narasimha, Ram. Which form? Today is Narasimha, so today must be Narasimha Dev, isn't it? Please give an answer, Prabhu. Which form?
He can take any form.
He can take any form?
Yeah.
Alright. Yes, Prabhu.
Actually, Mahaprabhu, when he was glorifying Ramananda Rai, he spoke these two verses, which is actually denoting Prahlad Maharaj's consciousness also. Sthabor jangam dekhe na dekhe tar murti, sarvatra hoy nij ishtadev sphurti, Mahabhagavat dekhe sthabor jangam, taha taha hoy tar Sri Krishna sphuran. So as the worshipable deity of Prahlad Maharaj, Lord Narasimha, everywhere he see only the manifestation of Lord Narasimha.
Wonderful. So that is Prahlad Maharaj's bhav, it is the mode. I want to ask from a tattva point of view. That if we see neutrally, no devotee, just from a neutral point of view, because Prahlad Maharaj sees Narasimha Dev everywhere. That's fine. Mahaprabhu sees Shyam Sundar everywhere. Wonderful.
Tattva point of Brahma Samhita speaks Eko Pasu Rachaitam Jagadanda Kotim Jatchaktirasti Jagadanda Jayadantaha Annantarasta Paramana Jayantarastam Govindamani Purushantama.
So he is present as the Paramatma, isn't it? Dear devotees. So Prabhu says that he is present as the Paramatma. What size is Paramatma, dear devotees? Paramanu Chayantarastam is within the atom, atomic size. So, Prabhu, Adriraj Prabhu, between you and me, Bhagavan is present in an atomic size? Yes, very easy to believe. Huh? Acha. Next question. Because I'm asking some difficult questions today because it's Narasimha Chaturdashi. Please excuse me for putting you on the spot, Prabhu. Right? Is Bhagavan Narasimha Dev present between you and me of a medium size, 6 inches? I'm asking very precise size, Prabhu. Is he present between you and me of the height of 6 inches? Please say yes or no.
Yes.
Yes? 7 inches?
Yes.
10 inches?
Yes.
And facing which direction?
Every direction.
Oh, wow! Very good statement. Next thing I am going to ask, Praman, proof. Please give Praman, because without giving Praman, we cannot accept it. Okay? So dear devotees, I will not put Adriraj Prabhu, otherwise, he'll say I am out of here. I'll find somebody else to read your verses. So I will not put him into more difficulty. Dear devotees, I'd like to, because Sri Jiva Goswami, who is the backbone of the Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. Seriously, our philosophy today stands because of the contributions of Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhupada. And Sri Jiva Goswami composed the 6 Sandarbhas, and these 6 Sandarbhas, Srila Prabhupada said, anybody who understands the 6 Sandarbhas, this is Srila Prabhupada's statement, There is nobody in the world who will be able to convince them against Bhagavan, the devotees. This is Srila Prabhupada's statement about the 6 Sandarbhas. And Sri Jiva Goswami takes up this topic of how Bhagavan is present in between both of us or in any place in the world. Is Bhagavan present as the atomic Paramatma, or is Bhagavan present in a medium size, or is Bhagavan present in a large size, and which direction is Bhagavan facing? Alright, let's deal with this entire topic as Sri Jiva Goswami has explained it to us. Sri Jiva Goswami says, we will take an incident from Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto. Our Bhagavan was happily staying in Dwaraka, and then our Bhagavan decided to rescue 16,108 princesses from the clutches of one particular asura. What was his name, dear devotees? Bhaumasura, Narakasura. This particular asura had kidnapped various princesses from different parts of the country. Bhagavan Shri Krishna slaughtered Narakasur and rescued these 16,108 princesses. Then there was a big marriage ceremony in Dwarka. Alright? At that particular point of time, Narad Muni happened to visit Dwarka. Dear devotees, can you see Narad Muni watching the marriage ceremony of Sri Krishna? Yes. Alright? So you can see Narad Muni from space watching the marriage ceremony of Sri Krishna. So dear devotees, at this point of time, the Srimad Bhagavatam says something. Alright? I will specify the verse. This is 1069-2. Please sing after me. Chitram bataita dekena Vapusha yugapat pritha Griheshu dvyashta sahasram Striya eka udavaha. Narad Muni says, Chitram, amazing, amazing. But etad ekena vapusha, ek vapu. What does it mean? What is the meaning of eka vapu? One body. In one body, yugapat, simultaneously, prithak, he is doing something, griheshu. He is situated in one body in various homes, in various palaces. How many palaces? Dvi ashta sahasram. Dvi is 2, ashta is 8. How much is 2 into 8? And Sahasra is 1,000. How much is 16 into 1,000? 16,000. Simultaneously, he is present in how many palaces, dear devotees? 16,000. Striya eka udavahat. He is marrying 16,000 princesses simultaneously. In how many palaces? 16,000 palaces. Narad Muni is almost about to faint by looking at this side. Chitram, amazing. He is simultaneously marrying 16,108 princesses. Acha, it is not like robota that all Krishnas are extending their hand, all Krishnas are holding the hand of the wife, all Krishnas are circumambulating the fire. They were not like robots, their devotees. All those Krishnas had a separate ego and separate activities. Isn't it? So, what is surprising about this? Please tell me. Dear devotees, 16,000 Krishnas, are they expansions? Usually we say expansion. Whom do you call an expansion? There is one original, and from the original, some other form expands. And an expansion in Sanskrit is called amsha. What is it called? Amsha. The very meaning of amsha is that an expansion has some qualities reduced from the original. I hope you're able to understand. That is why it is called an expansion. And an original remains the original. So, were these 16,107 expansions, or are these 16,108 originals? Acha? 16,108 originals? Please answer one question. Sri Jiva Goswami asked this question because Narad Muni is a perfected yogi. He is habituated to seeing other yogis expand. But this is not expansion. These are 16,108 originals. And dear devotees, please tell me, how many Devakis and Vasudevas appear in this world? 16,000 or one Devaki and one Vasudeva? How many were there? One Devaki. And how many Vasudeva? One Vasudeva. And how many Krishnas appeared from one Devaki and one Vasudeva? One. Where did the remaining 16,107 come from? Sri Jiva Goswami asks a very important question. Where did the remaining 16,107 come from? Dear devotees, at this point of time, Narad Muni understood, my goodness, they were always present there. They simply appear and disappear. I hope you are able to understand. They simply appear and disappear. So, dear devotees, it's very important to understand, and you can look here. Can you see Bhagavan? Dear devotees, when Arjun asked Bhagavan to show his form, Bhagavan showed his form, and we have two-dimensional paintings of that form, universal form that Bhagavan showed. We have two-dimensional painting, so we don't experience fear on seeing it. Are you experiencing fear on seeing this? No. But Arjuna's condition on the battlefield is that Arjun got afraid. You know why? Because faces popping out of everywhere in all directions, hands and feet popping out of everywhere in all directions. Please repeat, dear devotees, all forms, all directions, all sizes, all shapes, all pervasive. Can you imagine such a form, dear devotees? Would you be able to interact with such a form? Because Arjuna is saying, here was this person teaching me Bhagavad Gita, and suddenly what is happening? So Arjuna said, stop. Please return back to your two-handed form. So dear devotees, it's very important to understand that Bhagavan does not geographically come from one location to another location. I hope you are able to understand. Bhagavan is always present. Okay? So, dear devotees, I once again, Adriraj Prabhu, is Krishna present between you and me?
Yes.
Is Narasimha Dev present?
Yes.
Is Vaman Dev present?
Yes.
In a small size?
Yes.
Medium size?
Yes.
Large size?
Yes.
Inside that pillar?
Yes.
Wonderful. You have achieved success on Narasimha Chaturdashi, huh? Once you learn from Sri Jiva Goswami school, there is no going back. He will bring you to the same level as Prahlad Maharaj. That is the benefit of learning from the previous acharyas. Are you convinced, Adriraj Prabhu? Yes, you are convinced. Wonderful. Acha. Because there were some opinions that Bhagavan is present only as Paramatma. Is Bhagavan present only as Paramatma, or is Bhagavan present as Bhagavan? He is present as Paramatma, but isn't he present as Bhagavan? Yes. All forms, all sizes, dear devotees. Therefore, this is what we should understand today. Acha, dear devotees, one final question that I would like to ask. What is the time of appearance of Narasimha Dev? Dusk. Give me some approximate time. Yeah. Yeah, dusk is when Hiranyakashipu disappeared. Yeah, Prabhu is correct. Slightly before dusk. All right. Acha. Let's give some approximate time, like 6 p.m. All right? Is 6 p.m. okay with all of you? All right. Okay. 6 p.m. of Silicon Valley or 6 p.m. of Chicago? Yeah, we are here, so Narasimha Dev must appear according to our time, isn't it, dear devotees? 6 p.m. in whose time? Adriraj Prabhu, sorry, today you are the... Why did I sit in the front row? Adriraj Prabhu, 6 p.m. of which time?
Of his own time.
His own time? That's a politically correct answer, dear devotee. Hare Prabhu. In India, they are not celebrating at the same time as they are celebrating here. In Europe, they are celebrating in a different time. In Australia, in a different time. Alright, go dear Vaishnav, select one time and celebrate, right? Huh? What time did Narasimha Dev appear? Huh? All times. So let's break fast now, dear Deva. Mahaprasade Govinde, dear Deva. So what time did Narasimha Deva appear? So Sri Jiva Goswami says, very important to understand what time Bhagavan appears. Dear devotees, so Sri Jiva Goswami says, everything you can learn from Srimad Bhagavatam. Would you like to know, dear devotees, what time Bhagavan appeared? Yes. Sri Jiva Goswami first tells all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas a very important thing. He says, there is a term Jayanti. This term Jayanti is often thrown around very easily. And whenever any prominent person's birthday is there or any other incarnation's appearance is there, the term Jayanti is added. Sri Jiva Goswami says, Naiva avatarantarasya kasyapi va anyasya janmadinam jayantyakhya prasiddham yatha Shri Krishnasya. In the Krishna Sandarbha, Sri Jiva Goswami says, even the appearance of Sri Balaram should not be called as Jayanti. I hope you are able to understand. There is only one form whose appearance should be known as what? Jayanti. There is a technical definition of Jayanti given in Hari Bhakti Vilas. Please hear carefully. Ashtami Krishna Pakshasya Rohini Riksha Samyuta Bhavet Praushtapade Masi Jayanti Nama Sasmrita. This is given in Hari Bhakti Vilas, our own literature. Ashtami Krishna Pakshasya. Of the dark fortnight, which tithi? Ashtami. Ashtami, the 8th day of the Ashtami Tithi, Rohini Riksha Samyuta. And which constellation should be aligned in the sky? Rohini. Bhavet Praushtapade Masi, if it is Bhadrapad month. Which month, dear devotees? Bhadrapad. Then it becomes known as which Tithi? Jayanti. So, in Shri Krishna's appearance, if all three conditions are satisfied, what are the three conditions? It should be Krishna Paksha, dark fortnight, and which tithi should it be? Ashtami, the 8th day. And which constellation should be there in the sky? Rohini. And which month should it be? Bhadrapad. Then it will be known as what? Jayanti. But if on a particular Janmashtami, if the Rohini constellation is not aligning, even that Janmashtami you will not call as Jayanti. I hope you are able to understand. So, all Jayantis are Janmashtamis. But all Janmashtamis are not Jayantis. 5,000 years ago, when Shri Krishna appeared, that exact time was having Rohini constellation aligned. And that Tithi became known as Jayanti. So Sri Jiva Goswami says, this term Jayanti should not be used for any other incarnation of Bhagavan. Avatarantarasya. These are his exact words in the Krishna Sandarbha. Not even for any other incarnation, forget about ordinary people of the world. I hope you are able to understand, all right? Because often we add Jayanti to the names of popular politicians, popular personalities. Today is his birthday, Jayanti, all right? No. Jayanti is used only for whose appearance, dear devotees? Krishna. And are all Janmashtamis Jayantis? No. Right? They are not Jayantis, all right? And if you want to use Jayanti with any other incarnation, why not use it with Narasimha Dev? Then today we should call as what? Narasimha? No, we cannot call. Isn't it, dear devotees? Instead of Ram Navami, you should call what? Ram? No, we cannot call. Why don't we use with Bhagwan Ram and Bhagwan Narasimha Dev? Isn't it? Because Jayanti has a technical meaning attached to it. So let's respect that technical meaning, dear devotees, and let's not forget Jayanti is only to be used for whose appearance, dear devotees? Shri Krishna. And are all Janmashtamis Jayantis? No. Only when you see which constellation is aligned in the sky? Rohini. The Rohini constellation is aligned. On that particular day, Jayanti occurs. Dear devotees, one small detail. Do you know which day of the week Shri Krishna appeared? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? Anybody knows? Wednesday. Sri Jiva Goswami says Shri Krishna appeared on which day? Wednesday. Please remember always, Shri Krishna appeared on a Wednesday. Because Janmashtami will be coming up soon. In the Gopal Champu, Sri Jiva Goswami says Shri Krishna had appeared on a Wednesday. Alright, very important to know. So there may be a rare Janmashtami on which the Rohini Nakshatra is also aligned, and it is also which day? Wednesday. Make sure you watch out all the Janmashtamis henceforth. Alright? Maybe you will come across the exact combination. Alright? And then you will have that perfect Janmashtami, fasting all day, dear devotees. Alright. But anyways, coming back to the question, when does Narasimha Dev appear? Dear devotees, Sri Jiva Goswami says, Let us study another verse from the Bhagavatam. Let us study about Krishna's appearance, and we will be able to understand about the appearance times of all the incarnations in this world. All right? Dear devotees, here is a wonderful verse from the 10th canto which describes the appearance of Sri Krishna. Please repeat after me. This is 10.3.8 Srimad Bhagavatam. Devakyam Devarupinyam Vishnuhu Sarva Guhashayah Avirasid Yatha Prachyam Dishinduriva Pushkalah.
Vishnu, who is situated in the core of everyone's heart, appeared from the heart of Devaki in the dense darkness of night, like the full moon rising on the eastern horizon.
Sri Jiva Goswami says there is something very important in this verse. And if we understand what is important in this verse, we will understand the appearance time of all incarnations in this world. Dear devotees, please repeat after me. Vishnu, who is situated in the core of everyone's heart, appeared from the heart of Devaki in the dense darkness of night, like the full moon rising on the eastern horizon. Sri Jiva Goswami says, can you see Bhagavan's appearance is compared to the rising of the moon in the eastern horizon? And Sri Jiva Goswami says, dear devotees, please he asks a question, is the moon rising right now here is the moon rising right now? Not here. In some part of the world, is moon rising right now? Yes. Wonderful. So when Bhagavan's appearance is being compared to the rising of a moon, it means that in a certain universe right now, is Shri Krishna appearing or not? Yes. In another universe, is Narasimha Dev appearing or not? Yes. And in another universe, is Vaman Dev appearing or not? Yes. So can we celebrate Narasimha Dev's appearance according to ISV time? Of course, because when there will be evening, will Bhagavan Narasimha Dev not be appearing in a certain universe? Yes. So because Bhagavan's appearance is a constantly ongoing activity, just as the moon's rising is a constantly going activity. I hope you are able to understand. Similarly, Bhagavan's appearance is an activity which goes on constantly. And therefore, different devotees celebrate Narasimha Chaturdashi at different times. They celebrate Janmashtami at different times. Are all of them justified in celebrating at their respective times? Yes. So very importantly, dear devotees, before Bhagavan appeared, Shri Krishna appeared in front of Devaki and Vasudeva. Shri Krishna first appeared in someone's heart. In whose heart did Shri Krishna appear? All right. And from Devaki's heart, he was transferred to whose heart? So dear devotees, Vasudeva and Devaki's heart, he had appeared. Most importantly, Bhagavan first appears in the devotee's heart. Even today, when Hiranyakashipu asked the question, is your Bhagavan present in the pillar? Bhagavan first appeared in the pillar or in the heart of Prahlad Maharaj? And from the heart of Prahlad Maharaj, Bhagavan appeared within the pillar. I hope you are able to understand. So it is very important that Bhagavan Narasimha Dev should appear today, not necessarily in the pillar, but Bhagavan Narasimha Dev should appear where? In our hearts. And therefore, all the previous acharyas have prayed for Bhagavan not to appear in front of our eyes, but mainly to appear in our hearts. Mama mana mandire rahanisi dine Krishna Murari Shri Krishna Murari Ito Nrasimha Parato Nrasimha Yato Yato Yami Tato Nrasimha Bahir Nrasimha. Are Vah, Hridaye Nrasimha. Dear devotees, Bhagavan is supposed to appear today mainly where? In our hearts. So this is the true successful appearance of Bhagavan Narasimha Dev for us. If Bhagavan appears in our heart, appearing from the pillar is just a formality. Alright? It is not for the devotees, it is for Shri Hiranyakashipu. Alright? Why Shri? Because he is most significant in ensuring that Bhagavan appeared in this world. All right, dear devotees, so this is how our Bhagavan's appearance takes place. Dear devotees, I would like to have one or two nice Subhashit verses on Bhagavan Narasimha Dev, all right? Nice verses written by the previous poets celebrating this appearance of Bhagavan Narasimha Dev. All right, here is a good verse, dear devotees, by previous poets. Please repeat after me. Shatro prananila pancha vayam dashajayotrakaha itikopadivātamraha pantuvo nriharirnakha. So this devotee poet, unknown poet, has composed a wonderful verse saying, Bhagavan Narasimha Dev's nails are reddish in color. Why are they reddish in color? Because Bhagavan's nails are thinking. I hope, can Bhagavan's nails think? Acha. Bhagavan's nails have a mind of their own. Huh? Everything is possible in the spiritual world. Dear devotees, in Damodar Leela, does the milk boil? Yes. And what is the milk thinking? I will commit what? Suicide. Can a milk think, dear devotees? Huh? If the milk can think, then why not the nails of Narasimha Dev, dear devotees? I hope you are able to understand. Huh? So the devotee poet says, the nails of Narasimha Dev are thinking, Shatroho prana nila panchaha. My enemies' life hairs are how much in number? 5. How many life hairs are present in the body? 5. My enemies' life hairs are 5 in number. Vayam dasha, but we are not 5. How many are we? 10. Iti kopad, now he is not going to survive definitely. All right, 5 life hairs versus 10 nails. Who is going to win, dear devotees? Pantuvo nriharer nakhaha. So dear devotees, may these fingernails who turned red out of anger to destroy the 5 life hairs of Hiranyakashipu, may these nails protect all of you. Please read the translation.
May the fingernails of Narahari, Narasimha, who are assuming a reddish color and are thinking, the enemy has only 5 life heirs, while we are 10 in number. So how can the enemy win against us? Protect you all.
Dear devotees, wonderful verse. Dear devotees, another verse from the previous poets. The meter of this verse is Vasanta Tilakam, same as Brahma Samhita. Please repeat after me. Dishyat sukham naraharir bhuvanai kaviro yasya vediti sutoddalanodyatasya krodhodhatam mukhamavekshitumakshamatvam jane bhavan nijanakheshvapi yannataste. Dishyat sukham, may these nails give all auspiciousness to you, but hear something about the nails. Are Bhagavan Narasimha Dev's nails straight or curved? Why are they curved? Lion, that's all right. Huh? That's the general. We need a poetic reason, dear devotees. Huh? Why are Bhagavan's nails curved? Dear devotees, the poet says, Yasya ahave, when he is fighting his enemy, and who is his enemy? Diti Sutta, the son of Diti. Who is that? Hiranyakashipu. When he is fighting, is about to kill, he becomes so angry, his own nails are afraid of looking at his face. Dear devotees, his own nails cower away in fear and become curved at that point of time. Dear devotees, so may those curved nails who are afraid of Bhagavan Narasimha Dev's angry face protect all of you. Prabhu, please read the translation.
Even his own fingernails are not able to look at the angry face of Narasimha Dev, made angrier by the slaughter of Diti's son in battle. That is the reason why these nails are bent down, as if cowing away in fear. May that sole hero of the universe, named Narahari, Narasimha, bestow happiness on you.
Dear devotees, we'll have one particular final verse, all right? This poet is saying, see, after Narasimha Dev killed Hiranyakashipu, Narasimha Dev is neither throwing the body away, not doing anything. He's keeping the body of Hiranyakashipu on his lap. And Narasimha Dev is thinking something. Do you want to know what Narasimha Dev is thinking at that point of time? A wonderful verse which gives the thought process of Narasimha Dev when he's holding Hiranyakashipu. The verse is in the meter, Shardula Vikriditam, same as Shad Goswami Ashtakam. Can we sing together, dear devotees? All right, let's sing together. We know the meter tune. Puryanto Jalarashayo Vasumati Majatyadho Lupyate Patalam Shatadhagatam Nipatati Brahmanda Khandam Diva Nikshiptena Suradvishosya Vapusha Matveti Manye Vahan Utsange Nahatam Hiranyakashipum Simho Hari Patuva Puryanto Jalarashayo Vasumati. So Bhagavan Narasimha Dev is thinking, if I throw him in the ocean, what will happen? The oceans will overflow and the entire world will be destroyed. So I can't throw him in the oceans. Maybe I can throw him in the lower planetary systems. If I throw him in the lower planetary systems, those planets will be fully destroyed. And I also don't want to throw him in the upper planetary systems. My devotees stay there. So which planet should I destroy by throwing his body? I cannot destroy any planetary system. Therefore, Bhagavan kept Hiranyakashipu on his lap for a long time, dear devotees. May this Bhagavan Narasimha Dev, thinking like this, who did not put down Hiranyakashipu easily, protect all of you devotees. This is the translation.
If I throw away the body of this enemy of the demigods, then the oceans will overflow, the earth will drown in the causal ocean, the lower planets will be destroyed, the universe will be shattered into pieces, and the heavens will fall down. Thinking like this, he kept bearing the body of dead Hiranyakashipu on his lap. May that Hari, who appeared as a lion, protect you all.
Dear devotees, so with this, I'd like to pause my speech. Thank you so much for kindly being present here today. All of you are most important in the success of this speech. If all of you would not be present today, I would be speaking to the father of Narasimha Dev. Do you know what I'm saying? No? Narasimha Dev appeared from where? Pillar. So if you would not be present, I would only be speaking to the pillars today. Dear devotees, thank you very much for kindly making the assembly a success. All right? Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Yadatra skalitam kinchit vidvam saha purayantu tat. Yadatra saushthavam kinchit tad guru reva menahi. Yadatra skalitam kinchit. It is possible I might have made a mistake while speaking something. If I made a mistake, vidvam saha, you are learned devotees, purayantu tat. Please correct any mistakes. Yadatra saushthavam kinchit. But if there is anything nice in what I said, please remember, tad guru reva. It belongs to my Gurujanas. My Diksha Guru, my Shiksha Gurus, all the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, all the God brothers of Srila Prabhupada, all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas who appeared in the past, who will appear in the future, and who are in the present, including all of you, are also my Shiksha Gurus. It belongs to you, may nahi, it doesn't belong to me. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Yeah, Prabhu, you have a query?
What did he do with the body?
What did he do with the body? Yeah, the poet keeps you guessing, isn't it, dear? The poet keeps you guessing. It's very good, dear devotees, because the poet, keeps you hanging on the hook and finishes the verse. So for the entire day, you can think, what did Bhagavan Narasimha Dev do with the body, isn't it? Huh? We need to have an autopsy. Oh no, autopsy is already done, dear devotees. Huh? But what did Bhagavan Narasimha Dev do with the body? On that pretext, at least throughout the day, we will meditate on Bhagavan Narasimha Dev, isn't it? Huh? So, sometimes a particular story writer writes a story in such a way that he doesn't explain the ending, so that the audience keeps guessing what happened. All right. So this is one of those verses. What did Bhagavan do with the body? Of course, he kept it down and then Prahlad Maharaj and everybody else had the funeral ceremony, most likely, although it's not described in the Bhagavatam, but that is what most likely had happened. All right? Thank you, Prabhuji.
There's a question from Srivas Pandit Prabhu in the online.
All right. Srivas Pandit Prabhu from Akashvani. Srivas Pandit Prabhu. All right, yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, very nice class.
Thank you.
Hari Parshad Prabhu. The one question I had was that you said the correct pronunciation is Nrasimha or Narasimha.
Yeah.
Then I was wondering why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu named him Narsingananda Brahmachari. So do you want to shed some light on that?
Okay, I'd like to share my screen again, all right, so that I can show the pramanas, because it's very important to show the pramanas on about what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu named him. So please revert back to my screen so that I can show the pramanas, all right. So I would like to go back to our Veda base and so here is the pramana, Sri Narasimha Upasaka. Can you see the spelling, dear devotees? What is the spelling? Narasimha. Upasaka Pradyumna Brahmachari Prabhu Tara Nam Kaila Nrisimhananda Kari. What did Prabhu, in the translation we will see, what did Prabhu change his name? Nrisimhananda. You can see how Srila Prabhupada gives Nrisimhananda. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had perfect pronunciation, obviously. He is disciple of Gangadas Pandit, who is master of grammar. So he will not have any incorrect pronunciation. So the name given was Nrisimhananda Brahmachari. All right. So this is, I hope that satisfies your query, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Yes.
All right. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, have you got any reference that Lord Narasimha appeared on Purushottam Adhik Mas? Anywhere in the Shastra it is mentioned that because Hiranyakashipu asked for all the boons, and one of them boons was like, you cannot kill me in any month. But Purushottam Adhika is not like any month, it's just a special month. Have you got any reference of that?
No, this must have come from the heart of a poet, because in my childhood I have seen the default Smriti literature which guides the entirety of India. See, Hari Bhakti Vilas guides the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. For the rest of the Indian subcontinent, the default Smriti, which it is called Nirnay Sindhu. Nirnay Sindhu is the default guiding Smriti for the rest of the Smarta Brahmana community. In Nirnay Sindhu, there is no such thing mentioned. So if it is not in Nirnay Sindhu, it means that it doesn't exist anywhere in India. Because for the rest of India, the defining authority on dates is Nirnay Sindhu, the Smarta Brahmana authority. So either it should be in Hari Bhakti Vilas, Vaishnava authority, or in Nirnay Sindhu. If it is not in both of them, then most likely it has come from the heart of a poet. Can Bhagwan Narasimha Dev appear in Adhik Mas, dear devotees? Yes, in certain universe he can appear. Why not? All right. So that is how we can reconcile this. All right. Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhuji. And then we'll also like, if there are any Vaishnavis who want to ask, we will also like to give us a chance to question. Yes,
thank you so much for a wonderful class. Prabhuji, when you are describing about the presence of the Lord everywhere, right? The Bhagavan feature of the Lord especially. So you said that Lord is there and then he appears and disappears also.
Yeah.
And he is always there also.
Yeah.
And both seems to be little contradictory to me.
He appears and disappears and?
He is always present also.
Yeah.
So how do we, this seems to be contradiction to me. How do we?
Well, at this point of time, is Shri Krishna present in Vrindavan? Please tell me.
Yes.
Appeared or disappeared?
Appeared.
Appeared? Then I should see him. The Acharyas have made categorizations. All right? Please repeat after me. Prakat Leela.
Prakat Leela.
Aprakat Leela.
Aprakat Leela.
What is meaning of Prakat and Aprakat?
Manifested and unmanifested.
Right now, is it Dwapar Yuga or Kali Yuga? Kali Yuga. At least that we are confident. No?
Yes.
You have confidence. Your calendar is okay, na Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Which Yuga is it, right?
Kali Yuga.
Kali Yuga. Okay. In Kali Yuga, Bhagwan is in Prakat Leela or Aprakat Leela?
Aprakat Leela.
You are confident?
Yes, bro.
Do you need Praman?
No, bro.
No? I can give you Praman. Okay? Okay? I will give you Praman because conviction is needed. All right? Mahaprabhu's statement in Vrindavan. Please repeat Madhya Leela 18.101. Krishna kene darashana dibe kali kale nija brahme murkha loka kare kolahale. Prabhu, you only read the translation, Conviction is best when spoken through one's own self.
Why would Krishna appear in the age of Kali? Foolish people who are mistaken are simply causing agitation and making
A tumult. Why would Krishna appear in the age of Kali? Whose statement, Prabhu?
Foolish peoples.
Huh?
Foolish peoples.
No. Who is making this statement?
Oh, this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why will Krishna appear in the age of Kali Yuga? So Prabhu, right now, is Krishna manifest or unmanifest?
Unmanifest.
In his unmanifest pastimes, are those pastimes going on or not?
Yes.
Yes. So even today, Krishna's pastimes are going on in Sri Vrindavan. It is called Aprakat Leela. So Aprakat Leela, you cannot see, I cannot see. Who can see? Question arises, who can see?
Pure devotees.
Pure devotees can see. Praman. Because without praman, we should not speak anything, isn't it? So we need a praman for this. So I will quote a praman from the Laghu Bhagavatamritam of Srila Rupa Goswami. I am quoting a praman. Please, dear devotees, see the praman from the Laghu Bhagavatamritam. Here it is. Please repeat after me. Kairapi prema vaivashya bhagbhir bhagavatotamai Adyapi drishyate Krishna Kridan Vrindavanantare. Kairapi, there are very few selected people in this world. And how are they? Prema Vaivashya Bhagbhir. They are vivash, helpless because of Krishna Prema. They are helpless in Krishna Prema, completely drowned in Shri Krishna Prema. Bhagavata Uttamai, they are Uttama Bhagavatas, they are highest devotees. For them, Adya api drishyate Krishna, even today, who is seen? Krishna. Kridan, while playing Vrindavanantare, inside Vrindavan. Even they can see Krishna, even today, playing in Vrindavan. For them, are Krishna's pastimes manifest or unmanifest, Prabhu? Manifest. For us, they are what?
Unmanifest.
The day we become like this, for us also, Krishna's pastimes will be manifest. I hope that answers your query.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you. All right.
And what should be the devotee's meditation in? Should he think that Krishna is present in front of us always? Or?
Krishna is present everywhere, especially he is present in my heart. Because Krishna may be present between you and me, but between you and me, the space is not a space for reciprocation. What is the most important stage on which I can reciprocate with Krishna today?
The heart.
The heart. I hope you are able to understand. So, speak nothing without giving praman. All right, it's very important that we should speak something and we should back it up with praman. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur Mahashay in the Krishna Samhita specifies something. I will specify what is given in the Krishna Samhita of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur Mahashay. And all right. In the Krishna Samhita, Sri Bhakti Vinod Thakur says something, yes. Okay, this is small, therefore I will read. I hope some of you can see, but I'll read what Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur says. 7.1, Krishna Samhita. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur says, therefore, according to the devotee's qualification, at a particular time, Krishna is taking birth in some devotee's heart. He is stealing the gopi's cloth in another devotee's heart. He is performing the rasa dance in someone's heart. He is killing Putana in another's heart. He is killing Kamsa in someone else's heart. He is having an affair with Kubja in yet another's heart. And he enacts his disappearance from Vrindavan in the heart of some devotee who is leaving his body. They are devotees. So this is what Sri Bhakti Vinod Thakur says, 7.1 Krishna Samhita. So Prabhu, please tell me, which is the most important location for Sri Krishna to be present on such days?
Heart.
Heart. Wonderful. Now that you have understood, the purpose of the appearance day is successful. All right? So I hope that answers your query. Yeah, from Vaishnavis we will take a few queries. Yes.
Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Yeah.
So, Prabhu, I was just thinking today is Nrsimha Chaturdashi. As you were talking.
Nrsimha?
Narasimha Chaturdashi.
Wonderful, right? Huh?
So, Prabhu, I was just wondering that what is it that we should pray to the Lord today specifically, so that you just mentioned about the heart. So, any specific prayers that we could actually do to the Lord?
Yeah. So, since it is Narasimha Chaturdashi day, so we should have some offerings to Narasimha Dev. We should give some special prayers to Narasimha Dev in our heart. And there are many prayers for Sri Narasimha Dev given in the Shastras. We can select any one of them. We are allowed to select any one prayer. One of the 64 limbs of bhakti is stava patha, reciting specific stavas, specific glorifications of Bhagavan. So on this day, you can do an extra limb of bhakti, stava patha, reciting stava, glorification of Sri Narasimha Dev. But we should always remember this fact that Shri Krishna is our Ishtadev. Shri Radha Madan Mohan are our Ishtadev. Ishtadev means for us, the primary priority is our bhajan, is our worship of Shri Radha Madan Mohan. So we should always pray to Bhagavan Narasimha Dev that he facilitates our loving service to Shri Radha Madan Mohan. Alright, so that is very important because Ishtadev cannot change based on a particular day. So it's not that on one day my Ishtadev is Narasimha Dev, on another day back to Radha Madan Mohan. So that sort of window shopping we don't do in our Sampradaya. Our worshipable Lord is always Shri Radha Madan Mohan, but this is a special appearance day. So we give some special gift to Bhagavan Narasimha Dev and pray to him that please let me always remain surrendered to Shri Radha Madan Mohan and let me develop Vraja Bhakti. Vraja Bhakti is Bhakti in the mood of Goloka Vrindavan, the residents of Goloka Vrindavan. So that is a very ideal prayer to pray, and that is what Gopakumar was doing. He was in Vaikuntha, he was praying, Bhagavan, when will I go and meet Madan Gopal, isn't it? Always in his mind is Madan Gopal. So just as Gopakumar never gave up his Ishtadev, we should not give up our Ishtadev. And today is a special day, so we should do something special for Bhagavan. That's all. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. Let's give Prabhu the mic.
Just a Hare Krishna Prabhuji, just a basic question.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's very common to see that devotees, when they start for any journey, they pray to Narasimha Dev. So, isn't that Sakama Bhakti?
Isn't that Sakama Bhakti? Yeah. So in the beginning of the talk, I said, Narasimha Dev comes to know my devotee is sitting in the car because the devotee has remembered me. And the devotee doesn't usually remember Narasimha Dev other times of the day. So, of course, asking Bhagavan for protection, to please Bhagavan, please protect my body, or Bhagavan, please protect me from accidents, etc. If you ask Sri Rupa Goswami, technically he will say it falls short of Uttama Bhakti. Why? Because Uttama Bhakti is Anya Bhilashita Shunyam, which means that other desires besides the desire for bhakti should be zero. And other desires includes the desire for self-protection. And the devotee is always thinking, Bhagavan, whatever you wish to do with me, I am okay with it. That is Sharanagati. And Sri Bhakti Vinod Thakur also says this, Maro bhi, rakho bhi, jo ichha tohar. Bhakti Vinod Thakur says, whether you kill me or you preserve me, that is your desire. Nityadas tua prati tava adhikar. I am your eternal servant, you have the right to do what you want. This is Uttama Bhakti. Uttama Bhakti is what Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur specifies. Whether you protect my body or kill me, that is your desire. So that is Uttama Bhakti. But since Uttama Bhakti has a very textbook definition, Anya Bhilashita Shunyam, oh my goodness, Jnana Karmadi Anavritam. With such a textbook definition, in real life, most people will fall short of that textbook definition. So there should also be bhakti for those who fall short of the ideal, and that is how Sri Narasimha Dev's Sakam Puja, that Bhagavan, please protect my body. Instead of going to the other devatas, better let them go to Bhagavan Narasimha Dev. So that is what can be said in this regard. All right? I hope that answers your query. Yes, Prem Nam Prabhu. Let's give the mic to Prem Nam Prabhu. Yeah. Acha, who is in charge of the time? You are, no, Prabhu? Acha. Somebody should tell me when to stop, because I am happy for till 12 o'clock. But somebody should tell me when to stop, all right? So please, Prabhu, Prabhu, you have to tell me, this is the last question, okay? Okay? I am depending on you. Okay? Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. We hope you carry on speaking. I just wanted to request, with your permission, we've heard that in different universes or different ages, Narasimha comes in different methods. Sometimes I've heard that he walks into town, so to speak. If you desire, could you share maybe a couple of different appearance methods?
Oh yeah, wonderful. So, Bhagavan Narasimha does not appear always from the pillar. In different kalpas, different cycles of Bhagavan, different days of Bhagavan Brahma, some details are changed. Sometimes he appears from a pillar, sometimes he just appears out of thin air, sometimes he comes walking. There is a verse, I showed you many verses from the poets, there is a verse where Bhagavan Narasimha is coming walking. All right? Would you like to see that verse, dear devotees? I did not show all the verses. I knew somebody was going to ask such a question, so I am already prepared, dear devotees. All right, sir? So, there is a nice verse by another devotee, author, about... It describes the final moments of Hiranyakashipu. All right, this verse is in the meter Sragdhara, one of the longest meters in Sanskrit poetry. I will sing by breaking every line into two parts. All right, please repeat after me. Kim kim simhas tatah kim nara sadrisha vapur deva chitra grihito naitadrikvapi jivo bhutam upanayame deva samprapta esha chapam chapam na chapir ahahahaha karkashatvam na khanam Itham daityendra vakshaha Kharanaga mukarair jagnivanyah savovya. This is Sragdhara meter, you might have heard. Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha. So, dear devotees, that is not a paragraph. Vandeham Sri Guru is a verse in the meter Sragdhara. All right? So, this is one of the longest meters in Sanskrit poetry, Sragdhara. Srag means long garland, Dhara means a lady who wears. So, this meter is like a lady who wears a long garland. Sragdhara is the name of the meter. All right. So, there is a scene being drawn by the poet. Hiranyakashipu is asked, Kim, Kim, what is it? Was it the servants are coming? Somebody is entering into the door. All right, this past. Kim, Kim, what is it? What is it? So the servants reply, Simha. What is Simha, dear devotees? Lion. So if he's lion, so what? Because he is not yet understanding, it is not lion, it is half lion, half man. So initially, Hiranyakashipu thing is just a lion. So we are used to killing lion. Tatah kim, so what? No, Nara Sadrisha Vapur, he also has a human-like body. Acha, Deva Chitra Grihito, he has taken a strange creature. Naitadrikvapi jivo, and he is not some ordinary jiva. So, Hiranyakashipu says, Upanayame, bring him here. The servant says, Deva Samprapta, he is himself coming here. We don't have to bring him. Huh? He is himself coming here. We don't have to bring him. Huh? So by that time, Hiranyakashipu gets very angry. Huh? Chapam, chapam. So chapa is bow. All right? Get my bow. Chapam, chapam, na cha. By that time, dear devotees, Narasimha is already tearing. So that is, you can see. Chapam, chapam, na cha. Karkashatvam nakhanam. These are the final moments of Hiranyakashipu, all right? Itham Daitendra Vaksha. In this way, the chest of Hiranyakashipu, Karanaka Mukarair with his sharp nails, Jagnivan Yahasavovyat. He ripped apart the chest. This time not the intestines, ripped apart the what? Chest. May that Narasimha protect all of you, dear devotees. All right? So this is good, Prabhu. Who has you read the translation? Can you read the translation by reading? All right. You take the role of Hiranyakashipu, you become servant. All right? Okay? So, what is it? What is it?
O Lord, it is a lion.
So what?
O Lord, he has a human body. I have never seen such a strange creature.
Bring him here if that is the case.
O Lord, he himself is coming here.
Bring my chop! My chop! My chop! May that Narasimha, who thus tore the chest of Hiranyakashipu with his sharp nails, protect all of you, dear devotees. So, different yugas, different methods of appearance. Right. Prabhu, you want to ask something? Yeah, let's give the mic to Prabhu. I hope the online devotees are not getting impatient. All right? If there is somebody who's wanting to ask from there, we can ask. Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Sometimes we hear that Nrsimhadev appeared here, and sometimes we hear that he's appeared in other planet. Did he appear on this planet or other planets?
Sometimes we hear that Narasimha appeared here on Earth, sometimes on other planets. Narasimha had captured all the planetary systems, including the heavenly planets. The Devatas were in hiding at that point of time. So where exactly is Narasimha's headquarters located? Obviously, Narasimha's headquarters are located in the lower planetary systems, not on earthly planetary systems. They are located where the demons reside, Asura Loka. So that is where Bali Maharaj resides. All right, that is where Narasimha's original place of appearance is. In India, if you go at different places, they will say here is where Narasimha appeared. Here is where he appeared. Here is the original stone, from which of the pillar from which he burst forth. So these are all replicas which have been, some devotees have meditated upon that, and these are replicas of the original ones. The original one is not on planet Earth. But we give a replica similar respect as we give to the original. So if somebody says, this is the original pillar from which Narasimha appeared, all right, so we give pranams. Yes, definitely. In some devotee's heart, this is the original pillar from where Narasimha appeared. So we pay pranams to that. But we know in our heart that the kingdom of the Asuras is not planet Earth. Kingdom of the Asuras is in the lower planetary systems where Bali Maharaj resides. Right? So I hope that answers your query. Okay, yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. It has been like a really nice lectures you have been giving since you are in the Bay Area. I have been following like many of them. So just like now the conversation was happening on the Narasimha or Narasimha or Narsingh, right? So I was just thinking the Krishna, right? So people say like so much of various. I mean, it has so many different names. People are doing japa with the Krishna name, right? So how does it impact? And also I have one more question on the the Sant Tukaram Maharaj from Maharashtra. He said in one of his abhanga, Majiya Bobadiya Bola, Chitta Dyaveba Vitthala. So that means I may not speak correctly your name, but my consciousness is always towards the you, Lord.
Wonderful. Yeah. So your query is about Narasimha, we saw the pronunciation, and I gave 2 correct pronunciations which are given in Shastra. But then about Krishna also, there are various pronunciations. That is your first question. So what is the exact pronunciation of the name? Second is, devotees often say, I cannot pronounce correctly, Bhagavan should accept my mood. All right, so what about that? So I'll show you some pramana. Let's switch to the screen. It's a correct first we will understand what is the pronunciation of Krishna's name. All right, so let me show what is the pronunciation of Krishna's names. So I will type out the name of Krishna, and then we will try to pronounce the name. So let me have a big font so that everybody can see, dear devotees. This is how it is written in English, all right? But in Roman, this is how it is written, all right? So, how should this name be pronounced? Some people, see, can you see the second syllable which I have highlighted? What is the second syllable? Devotees, huh? So,
Ru.
Ru. Ru. He's from Maharashtra, all right, wonderful. So a person from Maharashtra says it should be pronounced as this, isn't it? Huh?
Like,
okay.
it would be like Krupacharya or Krishna.
Wonderful. Okay. So is it Krishna? Is it Krishna? Or what is it? Because I will tell you one thing, this is a vowel. This, what I have highlighted, it is not a consonant, it is a vowel. In Sanskrit, vowels have a nature that you can extend it unlimitedly. All right, I'll give you an example. Can all of you sing with me vowels? All right, simple vowels. Huh? Sing with me. And if this is a vowel, how do you sing it? Ru. At the end, what are you hearing? U or Ri? At the end, what are you hearing? E? Please sing with me. I hope you are able to understand. Huh? R is a vowel. Krishna. I hope. So difficult, right? Crooked personality, crooked name. Ram. How easy, isn't it? Straightforward personality, straightforward name. Krishna. Crooked personality, crooked name. So, but now this is your. So I am giving you the answer. R is a vowel. It's not a consonant. Because it's a vowel, in Sanskrit vowels are called as swaras. Swadhina rajante iti swara. They are independent and can be extended infinitely. Therefore, they are known as swaras. So you should be able to extend this vowel infinitely. All right. So therefore, the exact pronunciation is how you can unlimitedly extend this vowel. Alright? So you will keep in mind this is a vowel. Krishna. Alright? And if you can't pronounce it like that, so difficult, your tongue may wear out after 16 rounds. So what to do with it? So you select a suitable replacement, Krishna. Krishna. Alright? If you are from Maharashtra like me, Krishna. Or if you are from the northern part of India, Krishna. Alright? So you may select a suitable replacement. What does Bhagavan think about suitable replacements? Alright, so what is that is given in the Chaitanya Bhagavat. I will quote a Praman. Please repeat after me. Murkho vadati Vishnaya. Hiro vadati Vishnave. Uphayostu samam punyam. Bhavagrahi janardana. At the time of offering obeisances to Lord Vishnu, a foolish person, the verse says murkho. Foolish means somebody who has not studied grammar, says, please repeat, Vishnaya Namaha. Incorrect, dear devotees, because Vishnu is Ukaran, it ends with U. So when you have to decline Vishnu, you have to not say Vishnaya Namaha. For Ram, it ends with A, Rama. Therefore you can say, please repeat, Ramaya Namaha. But for Vishnu, you can't say Vishnaya Namaha. For Vishnu, you have to say, please repeat, Vishnave Namaha. So a person who doesn't know grammar may say Vishnaya Namaha. Because he has heard Ramaya Namaha. Therefore he may say Vishnaya Namaha. But that is incorrect grammar. A dhiro and a person who has learned Sanskrit grammar may say, please repeat, Vishnave Namaha. So, Vishnave is the correct pronunciation. But Ubhayostu Samam Punyam, both achieve equal bhakti, piety, because Bhava Grahi Janardana, our Bhagavan accepts the bhav, the mood of the devotee, not the pronunciation. Now, having known this, the devotee should not take it for granted. So, I will pronounce anyhow. Alright? So, what happens is, the reason why I specified correct pronunciations of Narasimha there is because it is important for devotees to know what is correct, grammatically correct. Sometimes we say Bhagavan accepts our mood, so we will give him anything. Alright? It's very important that we should first understand what is the correct pronunciation according to grammar, and if we are still not able to pronounce it, then we can offer something which is easier, but Bhagwan will accept everything. But Bhagwan doesn't accept laziness. I hope you're able to understand. Bhagwan doesn't accept deliberate laziness. So, if a person doesn't want to learn, then Bhagwan may think, well, this person is lazy, why should I give him my mercy? But once a person knows the truth, because we love Bhagwan, so we will try to pronounce the name clearly. Alright? So let's say, I'm giving an example from the material world. Let's say there is a boy and a girl who fall in love with each other. The boy is told the name of the girl, this is her name. And then he is addressing her using that name. After a few days he comes to know, well, that is not exactly her name is pronounced slightly differently. From that day onwards, will he change his pronunciation or will he continue to make the same mistake? Changes. Why? Because there is love, isn't it? So in love, we often want to refer to our beloved in the way that our beloved loves to be referred. Alright, so that is what it is. Alright, I hope that answers you. Both queries answered? Yeah.
Thank you.
Alright, so there's one online question. I think somebody was raising his hand since a long time. If they are still persistent enough and have their hands raised, we can ask them.
Yeah, thank you for the nice class. I actually wanted to mention, you asked about devotees in Gaur-Lila who were worshipper of Lord Narasimha. So I thought of mentioning Srivas Pandit because his Ishtadev was also Lord Narasimha. He had Lord Narasimha preaches and Mahaprabhu showed Narasimha from him during the Mahaprabhu's Lila also.
Wonderful. Thank you, Prabhu. So we will, this is another addition that Srivas Pandit was also worshipping and Mahaprabhu also showed in that form. Thank you. Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, I had a question. You were mentioning about a poet in the verses that you were showing. So from the verses, it seemed like it's Harish Shobhiko. Is it
no.
a poet?
No, these verses are from Subhashit Ratna Bhandagaram. It's a collection of 10,000 Sanskrit verses from various sources, collected and arranged topic-wise. In the Subhashit Ratna Bhandagaram, I will show, we can switch to my screen, so I can show Subhashit Ratna Bhandagaram. And so this is Subhashit Ratna Bhandagaram, I will show you. Gems of Sanskrit poetry, almost 10,000 verses in Sanskrit, pure Sanskrit, 10,000 verses arranged in various topics, and I will tell you which section I have taken it from. You can see, dear devotees, there is a section on those of you who read Devanagari. Can you read what is given in the left? Trimurtayaha. Trimurti is Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. Vishnu, Shankha, Chakra, Garuda, Shesh, Lakshmi, Samudra, Brahma. Then Dashavatar, verses on 10 avatar. Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Narasimha. Number of verses of Narasimha is given. How many number of verses are there? 19 verses on Bhagavan Narasimha Deva are compiled, dear devotees, in the Subhashit Ratna Bhandagaram. But all Sanskrit, if you can translate, you can read. Alright, so this is where this is the source of the verses. Alright,
so you're saying these are different poets, not like just one poet.
These are?
I mean, these verses came from different poets, not one poet.
Different poets, yeah. It's a compilation from thousands and millions of poets from history. This is what it is.
Yeah, Prabhu, what was interesting, the last verse was saying, may that Lord Narasimha Dev shower their blessing upon you. So, that was same in all the verses. I was wondering how come different poets put the same thing at the end.
Yeah, even if you read Sri Padyavali of Rupa Goswami, you will see that most verses in the beginning have this giving auspiciousness to the audience. They are called as Ashirvadatmak. Ashirvadatmak means verses which bestow auspiciousness upon the reader. That is a category of Sanskrit verses. Right?
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Yes, our Mayapur Vihari Prabhu. You tell me, Prabhuji. All right, we have time, na? Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you for a wonderful session so far. Very basic question, kind of Sukeshwari Mataji and Rajivan Prabhu touched this question a little. So Prabhu, when I pray to Lord Narasimha Dev, invariably or maybe unknowingly, it always turns out asking for protection directly or indirectly. As you said, while driving, especially going on a longer trip, Narasimha Dev, even while praying for now Indian soldiers, or even in the DT worship, I pray for the congregation, whatever. But maybe I never thought about it much, but it invariably asks for protection. So what should be the mood? Sometimes I have just observed myself, when I pray the prayers in Sanskrit, it's a little mechanical for me. Of course, I do try to do that. When I pray, in my own words or asking something, I feel more connected, more personal. And at the level where I am, what should be the mood, especially while praying to Narasimha? Or, of course, one you already answered, give me the seva of Radha and Krishna. But that's not what I actually pray ever to Narasimha. So thanks for bringing this. Any general advice?
Alright, so I'd like to switch to the screen because there is a praman which Bhagavan speaks in this regard. Very important question that you asked. In the 11th canto, Bhagavan is saying something to Uddhav. The devotees will repeat only the first two lines. Sve sve dhikare yanishtha sagunah parikirtitah. So, my Purvihari Prabhu, you please have the mic with you. And please read only till real piety, only till that.
Okay. It is firmly declared that the steady adherence of transcendentalists to their respective spiritual positions constitutes real piety.
So, Bhagavan is saying, what is our actual spiritual position of advancement? If we stick to that, we are doing good. I hope you are able to understand. It is my duty in the talk to specify what is the highest fruit from the tallest tree. That is my duty. I will specify that because Uttama Bhakti is given by Sri Rupa Goswami. But when it comes to day-to-day practice, we are practicing bhakti in our skin, in our body, in our mind. And we cannot be practicing bhakti in somebody else's skin, in somebody else's body, in somebody else's mind. So we practice bhakti according to our inclinations. Bhakti is available for people with all sorts of inclinations. Akamaha, sarvakama va, mokshakama, udaradhihi. Even if you are not having any desires, if you are having desires, or if you just want to get liberated. All sorts of devotees, you can have bhakti. So what do you naturally desire? That is very important. And being situated in that and praying accordingly is what constitutes real piety. If you try to artificially change something, it means you are doing without realization. And doing without realization will not persist for a long amount of time. Because many people try to artificially change themselves. And in fact, they don't have the realization to back it up. And when they don't have that realization, such artificial changes do not persist. It is much better to associate with devotees who have the level of conviction that is described in Shastra, Uttama Bhakti. Maybe by their association, something will rub on to us and will become an inherent part of our mind. So, right now, when we are praying to Bhagavan Narasimha for protection, we are acting according to our position, our level of understanding in Krishna Bhakti. We are doing good. And that is allowed for us. Right? There is nothing disallowed. But side note, it is not Uttama Bhakti. I hope you are able to understand. I will do injustice if I say that that is Uttama Bhakti. Uttama Bhakti is when your prema for Bhagavan is so deep, you stop worrying about personal protection. That is Uttama Bhakti. It's very important to understand that prema should bring us to that stage. And that is when one does not worry about life or death. All right? And there is a very important verse about that. I will quote that verse. Six 17:28. Please repeat after me, dear devotees. Narayana parah sarve. Nakutascha bibhyati. Swargapavarka narakeshu. Apitulyartha darshinah. My Purvihari Prabhu, you have the mic. Prabhu, please read the translation by Srila Prabhupada. This is 6.17.28. Please read.
Devotees solely engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayan, never fear any condition of life.
Wonderful. They never fear any, not sitting in the car, not going to long distances, all right? But this is which bhakti, Prabhu?
Uttama Bhakti.
Uttama bhakti. Wonderful. Please continue.
For them, the heavenly planets, liberation, and the hellish planets are all the same. For such devotees are interested only in the service of the Lord.
So, do we aspire to reach this position?
Yes.
Today?
Yes.
If
We are
possible.
not there yet.
Ah.
I'm not there yet.
Ah, but can we reach it artificially today? No. So, this position will take some time because good things require time.
Yeah.
Good things require time. You have an unripe mango on the tree, there are two ways of ripening it. First is you pull it down and beat it with a stick, and you have a ripe mango today itself, all right? And the second way is, what is the natural organic way of ripening a mango?
Keep it on the tree
Keep
for
it
the
on
time
tree.
required.
Let it stick there. Let it be in its position. And what is required after that?
It should be, the water, fertilizer, air.
You don't put water on the mango, water will be in
the root. Yeah.
But the mango should just remain there. What is required is time. What is required? Time. Time will ripen the mango. Similarly, in our case also, what is required? Time is required. Some good association. So putting water, putting nutrients is the good association. And if you put those nutrients and water, it is only a matter of time. But right now, we should be situated in our natural position and not try to do anything artificial, which is out of our league of realization. So I hope that answers your query.
Thank you, Prabhu.
All right. Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class. We call Narasimhadev as Bhakti Vigna Vinashana, Narasimhadev, and because he removed the impediments for Prahlad Maharaj, I wanted to ask if there is any verse glorifying Lord as Bhakti Vigna Vinashana.
Bhakti Vigna Vinashaka?
Yes.
So, there are many verses about Bhagavan Narasimhadev. Gaudiya Vaishnavas, they have written verses mainly about Sri Radha Krishna Lila. In the Jai Dhwani, there is Bhakti Vigna Vinashaka, Sri Lakshmi Narasimhadev Bhagavan Ki Jai. But as far as I know, Bhagavan Narasimhadev is considered as Sarva Vigna Vinashak, not only Bhakti Vigna Vinashak. He destroys all obstacles, not just, obstacles related to bhakti. In the Brahma Samhita, it is said, (5.49). I'm sorry, yeah. Yeah, 5.50. Let's sing together, dear devotees. Yat pada pallava yugam vinidhaya kumbha dvandve pranama samaye saganadhirajah vignan vihantum alamasya jagatrayasya govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So Sri Ganesh is a very dear devotee of Bhagavan Narasimhadev. It is well known in the Shastras that Sri Ganesha's worshipable deity is Sri Narasimhadev. All right? Please read the translation, Mataji.
I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, whose lotus feet are always held by Ganesha upon the pair of tumuli protruding from his elephant head, in order to obtain power for his function of destroying all the obstacles on the path of progress of the three worlds.
All right, so here is Lord Govinda, but Sri Narasimhadev is the immediate form of Govinda that Sri Ganesh worships. So by worshipping Sri Narasimhadev, or by worshipping Krishna as Sri Narasimhadev, Sri Ganesh gets the power of destroying all obstacles. So obviously, Sri Narasimhadev is not only Bhakti Vigna Vinashak, he is actually Sarva Vigna Vinashak. But in our Gaudiya Vaishnava community, we would like to have some vignas, some obstacles in our life. But we don't want to have obstacles in bhakti. Therefore, we only restrict it to what? Bhakti Vigna Vinashak. Why do we need obstacles in other parts of life? Because Kunti Maharani. Vipadaha santu taha shashva tatra tatra jagadguru Bhavato darshanam yatsya apunar bhavadarshanam. Mataji, please read the translation.
I wish that all those calamities would happen again and again so that we could see you again and again. For seeing you means that we will no longer see repeated births and deaths.
So this is basically, sometimes some calamities are needed in life that mature devotee understands. That some calamities are needed in life for advancement. Nobody makes advancement in comfort. We only make advancement when there are difficulties. And we don't want to drive away those necessary difficulties, because unless those difficulties arrive in our life, we will never come out of our shell and we will never progress. So it's very important that there should be some calamities, some difficulties in life. And if we remember the times in which we made the maximum amount of progress, many of those times are connected to calamities or difficulties. And looking back in retrospect, if a mature devotee is asked, was it good for you to have that calamity? And the answer would most likely be yes. So we don't want Sarva Vigna Vinash, we only want Bhakti Vigna Vinash. And there's a very good verse, it's not quoted here, but I will specify a very good verse. I'll immediately type it out in front of you. It's a very good verse, dear devotees. Vipado naiva vipadaha, sampado naiva sampadaha, vipat vismaranam vishnoh, sampan narayana smritihi. This is a very good verse. Vipado naiva vipadaha. Calamities are not calamities in this world. Sampado naiva sampadaha. And prosperity is also not prosperity in this world. Vipad vismaranam vishnoh. Actual calamity is to forget Krishna. Sampan narayana smriti. And actual prosperity is to remember him always. So this is a very good verse, dear devotees, which I was taught in my childhood. Calamities are not calamities. Prosperity is not prosperity in this world. Real calamity is to forget Krishna. And the real prosperity is to remember him always. So I hope that answers your query, Mataji. All right?
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Oh, wonderful. So we have a last question. He reserved the last question for himself, Prabhu. And thank you for marking the time. Huh? Okay, yeah. Please tell me.
So was Prahlad Maharaj a devotee of Lord Narasimha prior to the appearance of Lord Narasimha?
Was Prahlad Maharaj a devotee of Bhagwan Narasimha prior to the appearance of Bhagwan Narasimha? So it is described in the Puranas, in other Puranas, it is described about the previous life of Prahlad Maharaj. It is described that the previous life was not so good. All right? And in previous life, he was a pious person, but he became attached to a prostitute, basically. It is described. And then in that particular life, he used to stay with her. One fine day, both of them had a big quarrel. And because of it, he did not eat and she did not eat the entire day and night. And that was the day of Narasimha Chaturdashi. Right? So as a result of that, he got a chance to become Prahlad Maharaj. So some devotees are thinking, my goodness, here I am executing Narasimha Chaturdashi one after another and I am still not getting any chance. So, the devotees, please don't take these pastimes as exaggerations. They are not exaggerations, they are not arthavad. They happened for real, but these are such pastimes which are na bhuto na bhavishyati. They may not happen in the past, they may not happen in the future. Ajamil also, he was attached to that particular prostitute, but when he spoke Narayan once, the Vishnu Dutas appeared. Doesn't mean that we follow his example and expect the same to happen at the end of our lives. So these are pastimes which are na bhuto na bhavishyati. These are pastimes which are mentioned in the Puranas to tell us about the greatness of bhakti. It can happen with us. It can potentially happen with us. But do we want to wait for that potentially happen with us, or do we want it to certainly happen with us? Yes, certainly. So we should follow sadhan bhakti. And in some rare exceptional cases, Bhagwan gives even if somebody has performed very little bhakti. So Prahlad Maharaj and Ajamil are cases of that. So if you do some research about previous life of Prahlad Maharaj and how he fasted on Narasimha Chaturdashi accidentally, So that you will find that. Sri Jiva Goswami also mentions this in Bhakti Sandarbha. Sri Jiva Goswami mentions that there are many such cases, and Bhagwan sometimes gives exceptional mercy when he is happy on a particular day. All right. So this is Bhagwan's desire. He is the transcendental autocrat. Sometimes he may give, sometimes he may not give. All right. So, but we should follow our process of sadhan bhakti. I hope that answers your query. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So all is well, that ends well. Happy Narashima Chaturdashi to all of you. Please remember the correct pronunciation, because some devotees were still pronouncing Rishinga, all right? So please remember, try your best to remember the correct pronunciation. You don't know when next you will hear the correct pronunciations, all right? Make sure you also tell other devotees about the correct pronunciation. Narasimha, Narasimha, all right? Please try to memorize these two correct pronunciations and tell other devotees, all right? In Re, there is the Re, just like Re. Narasimha, Narasimha, all right? So that is, these are two correct pronunciations. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much to all of your devotees. Thank you to the wonderful management of ISKCON of Silicon Valley for kindly organizing this talk. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you. Thank you, His Grace Hari Parshad Prabhu, for a wonderful class and lecture, and we look forward to your visit again to next year or maybe sooner. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol. So we also have program in the evening. Please do come back. I think programming starting at 4:30 p.m. Hare Krishna.